resistance. And we're talking to Rosa Koire behind the green mask, you and Agenda 21. We're going to talk with the callers about how you can be the resistance when they come to your area and say, we want your participation. We've got a plan that we would like to help you with your transportation needs. It's all part of a larger agenda. This is being replicated across the country, across the world, because it's part of a UN agenda, Agenda 21. Breaking the magic spell that they cast over people is essentially exposing the magic tricks, and she does that very well in her book. I've got someone here who is talking about shutting down a meeting. Let's go to John in Washington. John, have you ever been to a meeting, or you just have questions about how this would be done to shut it down?
How's it going there, Dave? This is a fascinating subject for me. I was formerly a county commissioner in Spokane County here in Washington State. Well, after I had dug into this, I found the silver bullet to shut these meetings down. There's a publication by the EPA, and here's the number of the publication. Now, bear in mind that this publication is printed with U.S. tax dollars. This is EPA-231-R-04-002.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
what does that
this
say?
book literally lays out the entire process and the program of how to conduct these envisioning meetings, how to create the appearance of consensus, how to sway public opinion. They create all these stupid little games that you play in these meetings. Mm-hmm. And then I also used the Diaprac's anti-method, which is to not play into their invented vocabulary and so forth. It got so bad, I showed up at every one of these meetings. I pulled this book out. It's a very nice, thick book, and it tells in detail exactly how to conduct these meetings and trick the people. These people, mostly older people, mostly elderly, the average age was about 70 in these rooms, and in one meeting, I had one man who looked like an intelligent guy actually started crying. And he goes, but we've got so much time invested in this, hundreds of hours. And I said, you have been tricked.
Yeah, that's very important. Let me get Rosa's comments on that. Rosa, your comments on what he just told us.
Yeah, the EPA is definitely, if you go to Smart Growth America, EPA is a partner in nonprofits. With nonprofits, your government is partnering with nonprofits and corporations to manage these meetings all across the United States. And these plans are directed. They do have playbooks where they actually design the meetings with consultants, and their plans are all designed the same way. The consultants are all managing everyone the same way. These meetings are across the nation, and there are ways that you can take them down. Yes, it is possible to stop these meetings, and it is what the plans are all about is about destroying your private property rights. Mm-hmm. They're an obstacle to the plans. So, of course, you're going to have multinationals on your land talking about how they're going to develop it, use it, utilize your mineral rights, your land rights, your water rights, and take them away from individual property owners. That's what the goal is to get you off the land, into the cities, away from the property that you can use.
Absolutely.
And yes, you can. ICLEI produces these playbooks, the EPA produces them, consultants have them, and the point is how to take down these meetings, how to block them, how to stop them, and that is powerful. You can do it.
Absolutely. Let's go to Dominic in California. Dominic, go ahead.
Hey, David. Hi, Rosa.
Hi, how you doing? Go ahead. What's your comment on Agenda 21?
Good. Yeah, I started a show called Kim Chasers, and we follow around the chemtrail jets and show how they turn into clouds and cover whole cities. And we just did an episode out in Tahoe where we showed there was no snow. The lake went down about 4 feet, and there was chemtrail flights going over every mountain that should have snow. So I want to say this drought's going to be bad, and I want to ask Rosa, is this the start of rewilding America, and are these chemtrail flights Agenda 21 related?
Well, there's a lot, there's certainly a lot of speculation on what this is about, what's up there, how, whether this is part of the HARP program, what's happening. What you need to know, though, is that whether there's a so-called emergency of drought or whatever, the design is to create a culture of emergency and to keep you in a position where you are not able to think clearly and rationally. And this is, of course, enforced in your educational system that's about, just responding to things emotionally rather than thinking about objective reality. So what you need to do is to recognize what your participation in the plan is and how it is that you can withdraw your support from the plan. So it's very important to educate yourself, to become more informed, to find out what is happening exactly in your town. You do have still some control on your local government. And so, regardless of what's happening around you, you can have some impact locally. And this is what you want to do, is focus in locally. Go and observe your elected officials. Let them know you're observing them. Find out what the plans are for your town, because this plan is a huge, very pervasive plan, and it's very powerful. It involves your educational system, healthcare, the law enforcement system, your food production. Every aspect of your lives is covered by this plan. So you want to take action by becoming aware and make others aware as well. The plan is dependent on you being passive and ignorant. I encourage you to take action and really be the resistance.
Actually, too, if you inform yourself and you come in there understanding what this is about with the power to expose this plan, you're in a very powerful situation as an activist. It's one of the few places where I think you really can have a big impact. Let's go to George in Connecticut. Go ahead, George.
Hi, Rosa. I'm just curious, how do you sift out? They try to put this under several different names. I can find out, like, the Agenda 21 is directed at my particular town, Stamford, Connecticut. I know that a lot of things are going on because when I tried to push certain things, police came to my door and said, "Get the hell out of the way, otherwise we're going to kill you and your family." So you start to wonder, how far are these thugs going to push this stuff? But you can't find out any details outside of that we're under Agenda 21, and they don't want to supply proper information.
There actually is a tremendous amount of information available to you in just 1 second. All you need to know is how to look for it. So if you're in Connecticut, whatever, here's what you do. You put in your town name, you go to your search engine, you put in your town name and you put in sustainable development or envision or visioning or, property, high-speed rail, rail projects, form-based zoning, many things. We've got the code words there on our websites, and you can go to that, put that in with your town name, and it'll just come out. You will see it all. And then you need to go there and participate, observe. We have flyers on our websites that you can hand out. You want to make people aware. This is a stealth plan in plain sight. So it's out there. It's available for you to see. You just have to know how to look for it. So that's what my book is about. That's what, our websites are about. There's a lot of information out there for you. And you will find, I don't care how small your town is in Connecticut, you're going to find it there. Whether it's under your educational system, your healthcare, your governmental agencies, your climate action plan, look at that. Look at your form-based zones, look at your new zones, transit-oriented development. You're going to see it in your town. Fight it. This is the elimination of the nation state. This is the goal. It's the erection of a totalitarian corporatocracy. And that seems like something that's so out there, but you're never going to see it called Agenda 21. You're going to see it called Climate Action Plan or Vision 2020 or Envision Knoxville or whatever it is they're going to call it.
Understand, they win when they keep everything secret. That's why they're negotiating the Trans-Pacific partnership, the transatlantic trade partnerships. They're negotiating those completely in secret because they don't want you to see any of this. It works with intimidation. It works with secrecy. So you can expose the secrecy, pull back the mystique of all of this if you understand what's there. Let's go to Daniel in Florida. Daniel, go ahead.
Hi, Rosa. I couldn't help but commenting. I'm in southeast Florida, and they're building something called All Aboard Florida, where they're going to run a supposedly. You've heard of that, then, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, they're taking $2 billion plus of federal money to beef up a rail system along the East Coast that will not even be high speed. Nobody along the East Coast wants this, but they're going to be doing. And I went to one of these meetings. It's a joke. You can't believe it. They, you got people in suits standing around that are apparently.
Absolutely. We got to go to commercial break, but they're not even going to have that finished before it's obsolete. We're going to talk about that with Rosa Koire right after the break. Stay with us. More calls about Agenda 21. We're talking to Rosa Koire, author of Behind the Green Mask, UN Agenda 21. Yet this is a secret plan for corporate control, about bankrupting you, about controlling you. I think in the same way that so many Republicans are hoodwinked by the Trans-Pacific Partnership or the Transatlantic Partnership, because in that secret agreement, they see that as something that's going to be about free trade or the economy or jobs or whatever. We need to break the spell of these secret agendas, whether it's the trade agenda or whether it's the Agenda 21 that is hiding behind environmentalism. We need to break it for both the Democrats and Republicans. They both need to understand that these are secret techniques to bankrupt and control you.
Yeah, what we are talking about here is something that is all over the world. Australia, England, Europe. The EU is this is the incremental destruction of the nation state. We're not talking about nationalism here. What we're talking about is your ability to control what happens in your life. And if you are talking about a region or a huge block of nations, you have literally no say, no power.
Yes.
What you can do is you can anti-Delphi those meetings, you can send out flyers, you can speak to people, withdraw your financial support from the Sierra Club, from environmental groups, from front groups that are front groups for sustainable development. Do not round your grocery bill amount up if you're shopping at Whole Foods and they go, oh, you want to give some money to this nonprofit? No, you don't. Not unless you have fully vetted that nonprofit completely. And I'm talking about really checking out who is in it, who supports it, who is pushing it. These people are running your town. They're running your world. Don't join the Bike Coalition. That group is a shock troop to create sustainable development, transit-oriented development downtown in your town. You can do a lot by not taking part, by not collaborating, but you do want to take action, and you can do it. Don't just sit there. Get up and do more. Do something.
You can be very effective working at the local level. And again, that book, thank you so much for joining us, Rosa Koire. That book is Behind the Green Mask, UN Agenda 21. It's available in a variety of places. One of those is INFOWARS.com. And of course, her website is DemocratsAgainstUNAgenda21.com.